Good day, everyone. I am Macato, and I will be telling you about how I, a poor orphan, became the ruler of the Mon because of one adventure I went to in a little cowrie shell. I was just an orphan. His parents are both gone. No brothers, no sisters, no cousins, no friends. Without any help, had to make a living for myself. I did every kind of work, carrying heavy things, clearing away the forest, or feeding the pigs. I never idled. Although I was paid only small wages, I was satisfied. One fine evening, I thought of something exciting, maybe exploring. Oh, an adventure! I told my employer. I told him about a wonderful place where the land is fertile, the people are kind. He said, the land you wish to go to is called Sukhothai. They say Prarawang of Sukhothai is a very kind-hearted king. You might be lucky if you could go there. And so, I left my village and set out in the wide world. I walked along cheerfully, enjoying new insights and talking to people. After a month's journey, I reached a village on the boundary of the kingdom of Sukhothai. I met an old woman who's kind and selfless. At first, I didn't know that the old woman was one of the Prarawang's mahouts. One day, as I work in the elephant sheds, a tall young man in a splendid costume, followed by attendants, came in. It was Prarawang himself. It was Prarawang himself. I bowed low at once with my hand clasped together. My heart beat fast. As the king walked away, I saw a little cowrie shell lying on the ground. I ran to pick it up and held it to the king. But the king said with a smile, "You may keep it." I was happy. I thought, the king has given me a cowrie shell. One day, I passed by a stall in the market where the seeds of many different plants were sold. I looked along the stall and caught a sight of a basket full of lettuce seed. Lettuces! I could grow small plants like that. So I asked the joyful woman at the stall, "Can I buy some lettuce seed?" And she said, "Oh yes, my boy, how much do you want?" "I have one cowrie shell." "One cowrie shell? That won't buy anything. I can't even measure that much." I replied, "Look, I will dip my finger into the pile of seeds, then I will take the seeds that stick to it. That must be about right for one cowrie shell." The woman seemed amused. "Well, why not? All right, boy, help yourself." And so, I paid the woman with my one cowrie shell and did the plan I suggested. Now that I had the seeds, I broke the soil and sowed them at once. I watered the seed that every day, and soon the young plants appeared. Day by day, I cleared more ground and planted more lettuce seedlings until the kitchen garden was covered. Until the kitchen garden was covered. I was just planting and hoping and growing. I was just planting and hoping and growing. And just waiting for something to happen. Waiting for my goal to be accomplished. Day by day. I was very proud of myself. I had done so well. I wished I could give the king some lettuces. Then one day, the king passed by the elephant sheds again. I waited for an opportunity. Then I knelt down and proudly presented my biggest lettuces to the king. The king seemed surprised, so I decided to tell him the whole story about how I used the little cowrie shell he gave me to plant lettuces. He seemed impressed, so much so that later on he gave me a job in the palace. As the years passed, I mastered every grace and served the king well. I was promoted to higher positions till I was given the title of Kunmang. But how did this happen? How just one adventure changed my life? Just because of one adventure, I met the king. Just because of one adventure, I married the princess. My life's full of happiness, and I became the king. The king. How can one adventure, how can a cowrie shell change a poor orphan's life to something special? I am Macato, and the Cowrie shell.